Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to Dreamy Sleep Tales. Tonight, let the gentle patter of rain wash over you as you embark on a journey into a realm where every raindrop whispers a secret and each note is a promise of hope. In this story, you'll follow Leora, a kind-hearted wanderer whose quiet determination leads her through moonlit alleys, enchanted forests, and forgotten courtyards, all touched by the magic of the rain. As the night unfolds, the soothing sounds of rainfall create a serene backdrop for a tale of renewal and healing. Leora listens to the silent stories hidden within the rain, a lullaby of lost dreams, murmurs of tender gratitude, and echoes of a bygone era filled with both joy and sorrow. With every step she takes, the rain reveals its hidden melodies, inviting you to leave behind the weight of the day and immerse yourself in a world where nature's own song mends the broken pieces of the heart. So, as you settle into a cozy space and let the ambient rain guide you, prepare to be transported into a gentle, dreamlike narrative. A story that invites you to dream, to heal, and to discover the quiet strength found in every drop of rain. Breathe deeply, relax, and allow yourself to be carried away by the soothing cadence of the rain song. The rain began its gentle cadence as the clouds parted over a quiet town shrouded in twilight. Every droplet that fell seemed to hum a soft note, a melody only the attentive could hear. In the damp silence of the evening, a solitary figure wandered along a winding cobblestone path. Her name was Leora, a wanderer with kind eyes and a heart that remembered every forgotten tune. Clad in a weathered cloak and carrying a small leather satchel, she moved with the quiet assurance of one who belonged to both the night and the rain. Leora had journeyed far, drawn by an ancient calling, whispered through the winds and echoed in the pitter-patter of rain. Legends spoke of the rain song, a mystical refrain that held the power to heal sorrow and restore hope in the hearts of those who had lost their way. The people of a troubled town, burdened by grief and unspoken regrets, were said to be under a shroud of desolation, and it was Leora's destiny to collect these tiny songs, each hidden within a raindrop, to weave them into a single luminous melody that could lift the darkened spirits of the town. As she stepped into the narrow alley between ancient stone walls, the rain intensified, its silver threads glistening in the dim light. Every drop, she believed, carried a story, a whisper of someone's deepest longing, a hint of an unfulfilled dream. With every careful step, Leora listened intently, letting the myriad of tiny voices guide her path. In the distance, the muted sounds of the town could be heard. Murmurs of regret, sighs of loneliness, and the faint strains of memories echoing in empty houses. Leora knelt by a puddle and cupped her hands, gathering the cool, shimmering water. As she did, she closed her eyes and let the rain's gentle lullaby wash over her. Within that water, she could almost discern the soft notes of a lullaby, sung by a mother long gone. The hesitant hope of a child dreaming of a brighter tomorrow, and the quiet sorrow of an old soul remembering lost love. She whispered softly, "I hear you. I will carry your song." And as if in response, a singular droplet split from the surface of the puddle, ascending slowly like a bead of light, before falling into her open palm. She continued along the alley until she reached a large, weather-beaten door that led to an abandoned courtyard. The door creaked open under her gentle push, revealing a space where nature and ruin intertwined. Ivy clung to broken columns and cracked stone, and in the center of the courtyard stood a modest fountain, its waters long dry. Here, Leora paused. She sensed that this forgotten place was steeped in memories, that the rain here held a richer, more potent melody, a hidden cadence of resilience and renewal. With delicate reverence, Leora knelt before the fountain. She extended her hands, palms open, inviting the rain to share its tale. Slowly, as if the heavens themselves were attuned to her silent plea, the rain gathered over the fountain and began to fill its basin. The sound of water joining water echoed like a symphony in the quiet courtyard. Leora listened. In the rhythmic patter against the stone, she heard the murmur of a long-lost story. The story of a once thriving community that had known joy and sorrow, hope and despair, and had ultimately learned the meaning of togetherness through the power of shared dreams. As the rain danced on the fountain's surface, a soft glow began to emanate from the water, a luminous light that seemed to pulse in time with the beating of Leora's heart. She carefully scooped a small portion of the glowing water into a crystal vial from her satchel. This vial, passed down through generations, was said to capture the pure essence of hope distilled from the rain song. Holding it close, Leora whispered promises of healing and renewal, vowing to weave together the fragments of the rain song into a melody that would mend broken hearts. Night deepened and the journey continued. Leora left the courtyard, guided by the call of distant voices mingling with the steady cadence of rain. The path led her to a cluster of ancient trees, their branches forming a natural canopy above a narrow forest trail. Here, the rain fell in gentle, rhythmic taps on the leaves, creating a soft, natural percussion that resonated with the pulse of the earth. It was in this enchanted grove that she encountered a curious sight. A small, trembling fox with eyes wide with fear. The creature was caught in a tangle of thorny briars, its delicate leg injured and bleeding. Without hesitation, Leora approached the fox. "Easy now," she murmured, her voice a soft caress blending with the ambient rain. With careful, loving hands, she freed the animal from its prickly prison, tending to its wound with a cloth dipped in the glistening vial's water. The fox, initially wary, soon relaxed in her gentle presence. As it licked its wound, a tiny, crystalline droplet shimmered on its fur. A droplet that carried with it the soft strains of gratitude and relief. Leora carefully collected that droplet in a tiny leaf pouch, a treasure to add to her growing collection of raindrop stories. Encouraged by the gentle act of kindness, the forest seemed to respond. The wind whispered through the trees, carrying with it fragments of other tales. A note of laughter from children who had once played in these woods, and a murmur of sorrow from a wanderer long lost among the branches. Each sound was distinct, yet all were part of a larger, harmonious symphony. Leora paused beneath an ancient oak, its bark etched with the memories of centuries. Here, the rain slowed to a delicate drizzle, as if paying homage to the quiet reverence of the moment. In that hush, she could almost see images forming in the falling droplets. visions of a bygone era when the forest was alive with the footsteps of nomads and the songs of bards. She recalled stories of a wise woman who once dwelled in these woods, a healer whose compassion was as boundless as the sky and whose laughter could drive away the darkest of clouds. Leora felt a kinship with that ancient spirit and gathered more droplets from the air, each one a silent verse of that long forgotten song. As the night advanced, Leora emerged from the forest and found herself at the edge of a vast, shimmering lake. The surface of the water mirrored the moon and stars above, creating a canvas of silver and shadow. The rain here was softer, more introspective, as if the lake itself was absorbing the celestial music of the night sky. Leora sat on a smooth rock at the lake shore and allowed herself to be enveloped by the calm. She dipped her fingers into the cool water and drew forth droplets that sparkled with a light of their own. In these droplets, she sensed the laughter of a family reunited, the tender murmur of a secret promise, and the echo of a farewell never forgotten. The lake, like a great memory, held within its depths the secrets of countless souls. Leora listened with a profound stillness, her heart attuned to the layered voices that emerged from the interplay of water and rain. It was here that she discovered a droplet so clear and pure that it seemed almost otherworldly. A droplet that held within it a symphony of hope so radiant it illuminated her very soul. With quiet awe, she cradled the droplet in her palm, vowing to preserve its brilliance and let it guide her in the final act of her journey. Carrying her precious collection, a vial from the fountain, the leaf pouch from the forest, and the luminous droplet from the lake, Leora retraced her steps towards the heart of the troubled town. The streets were dark and empty, lined with buildings that once thrived with life, but now stood silent under the weight of despair. In the distance, the faint hum of sorrow and the muted rhythm of unspoken regrets filled the air. Yet amidst the gloom, a faint glimmer of hope stirred, as if awaiting the arrival of the rain song. Leora walked slowly, each step measured and imbued with determination. Along the way, she encountered fragments of stories in unexpected places. A whispered echo behind a shuttered window, the soft lament of a rusted gate, the memory of laughter in a dilapidated park. With every piece of the tale, she stitched together the intricate tapestry of the rain song in her heart. It was as if the entire town, despite its silent suffering, was yearning for a sign, a promise that healing was possible. At last, she arrived at the center of the town, a small square dominated by an old, crumbling statue of a forgotten hero. Here, the rain fell in a steady, unyielding rhythm, its sound now a powerful chorus that filled the empty spaces of the heart. Leora raised her hands toward the heavens, and in that sacred moment, the collected droplets began to resonate with one another. The vial, the pouch, and the luminous droplet merged in a cascade of shimmering light, creating a soft, harmonious glow that bathed the square in ethereal radiance. The transformation was immediate and profound. The oppressive gloom that had weighed on the town began to lift as the rain's melody grew stronger. A song that spoke of forgiveness, hope, and the enduring power of compassion. Slowly, the townspeople emerged from their homes, drawn by the gentle promise of the rain song. In hesitant steps at first, then with growing assurance, they gathered in the square, their eyes reflecting the soft luminescence that now filled the night. An elderly man, his face etched with years of hardship, stepped forward. With trembling hands, he reached out as if to grasp the light. And in that instant, the sound of his long suppressed joy rose up in the song. A young mother, cradling her child, smiled through tears as the gentle cadence soothed her weary soul. And a group of children who had forgotten how to laugh began to play in the soft puddles that had formed on the cobblestones, their giggles merging seamlessly with the rain's refrain. Leora watched quietly, her heart swelling with the realization that every droplet, every note she had collected, had been a testament to the human spirit. The rain song was not merely a mystical melody, it was the living story of each soul in the town. A story of pain and perseverance, of loss and renewal. And as the notes blended together in a transcendent harmony, they formed a single resounding promise that even in the darkest of nights, hope would always find a way to shine through. Under the luminous glow of the united droplets, the statue in the square seemed to come alive, a silent witness to the rebirth of a community. Its stone eyes, once dull and lifeless, now gleamed with a gentle wisdom, as if acknowledging the timeless truth that every ending was but a prelude to a new beginning. In that magical hour, the town was reborn, its broken hearts mended by the quiet power of the rain song. Lyora stood in the center of it all, feeling both the weight of the past and the promise of the future in the steady patter of rain. The droplets that had traveled through lonely alleys, over ancient fountains, and through whispering forests had finally found their home in a melody that united everyone under the shelter of shared hope. The journey had been long, and each step had been a testament to the beauty of empathy and the resilience of a community determined to heal. As the night deepened and the rain began to ease, the people slowly dispersed back to their homes, their hearts lighter than before. Yet the memory of the rain song lingered in every corner of the town, a gentle reminder that even the smallest droplet could carry the weight of 1,000 dreams, and that every note, no matter how soft, had the power to change the world. In the quiet aftermath, Lyora gathered her belongings and turned once more toward the silent sky. The rain had softened into a tender drizzle, as if bidding farewell until it was needed again. With a final look at the luminous square, she smiled, knowing that the journey of healing was never truly over. Somewhere in the gentle murmur of the fading rain, she could hear the promise of new stories waiting to be told. A promise that as long as there were hearts to listen, the rain song would continue to echo through the night. And so, beneath the lingering whispers of the rain and the soft glow of a renewed town, the melody of hope played on, an eternal, ever-evolving song composed of every drop, every tear, and every dream carried on the wings of the night. So, dear listeners, thank you for joining us on this soothing journey with Lyora and the gentle rain song. As the last whispers of the rain fade into the night, allow your heart to settle and your dreams to unfold. Remember, every drop holds a promise of hope and renewal. If you enjoyed the story, please subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share it with all your friends. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and tell us how this tale touched you. Until next time on Dreamy Sleep Tales, sleep well and let your dreams carry you to peaceful, enchanted realms. And good night.